Hello, I thought I'd make a quick vlog, and I attempted to make a vlog earlier this evening, but I couldn't think of what to say because most of my vlogs nowadays, in most of my vlogs nowadays, I talk about my men and Father John and Father Mike, and they talk, and I just, I don't know. I mean, I can't really talk about them now. And, because if I say anything good, then it gets like it'll just vanish. So, um, I'll talk about the left wing liberals and how a lot of them are very unhinged because they have their agenda. And I don't know how it works because I used to be liberal, and every new thing that came out I just kind of bought into it because it was just the part of the whole, and it seemed normal. I mean, it seemed normal, but how can I can't wrap my head around it. I'm going to get to several things, but first, I can't wrap my head around how a group of parents and a group of adults teaching can accept that a young person, an adolescent or younger, can choose to be transgender. How did doctors do that? How could they do that? And I mean, I don't know. And part of their agenda is to make everyone either a transgender or non-binary. This is Father John. This is part of the agenda and part of what the ultimate picture looks like. Communism, no God, no Jesus, no religion except Judaism and Islam. Those are the only two. Nothing about Jesus. Nothing. To erase Jesus completely from the picture. To ensure the education, the good education is only given to the elites. And so on and so on and so on. It gets much worse, but that hasn't happened yet. Yeah. And let's hope it doesn't. And we are doing everything in our power to ensure it doesn't. And which brings me, Marissa, to Donald Trump. Yes, I have been upset at some of the things he's said and done, picturing himself in an image that seems very much like he's portraying himself as Jesus, but he said he was a doctor, so okay. That kind of stuff really upset me. But in the long run, I realized that he has the best interest of the country and the world. This is Father John. He has an enormous task to undo what all of these liberals have done. And he only has a few more years left to do it. So he is very important to the world. And those of you who are upset that he did not get assassinated, you are revealing your truths. You need to focus in on yourself and try to understand why the death of someone or someone not being able to kill someone is making you so upset. Yeah, I mean, do you really want what was taking place during the Biden administration? Do you want that? You really want that? You want kids to be targeted? You know? Do you really want that? Do you want. What else was there? There was so much that I just. Do you want any of that? Do you want communism? You see what's happening in New York? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Anyway, so, and they did so much damage to the country. They did so much damage. And, you know, we could talk about oil prices and we could talk about a lot of different things. But that is because Donald Trump was trying to fix it. Not because it was being forced upon the American people. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, I support Donald Trump. I do. I'll say it again. I've said it and I'll say it again. I did not appreciate the way immigrants and uh, and the deportation was being handled. I didn't. I were being handled. I did not appreciate it, but that's all I'm gonna say. But just the way it was being handled, and then also just one last thing that it upsets me to think that so many people in this country don't appreciate the diversity. You know, that upsets me because, I'm Mexican American, but I'm really American. I was born here, I was raised here, I was taught to be proud of the country, I was taught patriotism and all the songs that go along with that. I was taught to really appreciate the United States. And for people to say that she's not American because she has dark skin and has a different ethnicity is a terrible thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm American. I'm American. So, I'm just going to leave it at that. But let's see, what else? You know, um, I got over my boredom. I did. I got over my boredom. The weekend was boring. It was just so boring. I just felt like, I just want to do something. I want to do something, and I just couldn't. And any little thing I tried, Father John made me stop. And that's because people are here who will take it from her. Yeah. So, I mean, I just couldn't. But, you know what I did do, which I shouldn't have, because like I was already told in 2017, in fact, March of 2017, that I couldn't design bikinis. So the other night, I was just thinking, was it last night? It might have been last night. I was just thinking about how I put the little designs on them, and or was it today? It was last night. So, and then I just thought, about how I would create a different one. And people were here and they said, thank you. And I said, what? People were listening? And yes, people were listening. And now another one of her designs is going to be marketed. But she did it inadvertently. She didn't know. She didn't realize that people were here and were going to take the idea. Marissa does not design bikinis anymore. Yeah, I don't. Swimwear in general. Anyway, So yeah, thanks a lot. Anyway, and then, I'm guided by my men too now. Like if I start thinking about something, like, um, something negative or something like that, they guide me back. So, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So that's a good thing. Um, what else? What else? I just, I'm sorry to everyone who was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner had to go through what they went through. I am very sorry. That's traumatic. And that doesn't just end on the night when it stopped, when it happened. That kind of trauma stays with a lot of people. This is Father John. And for people to be making light of it is, this is a time we are living in, but it will end. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad everyone made it. I'm glad. And I'll say a prayer for everyone. I'll say a prayer for all the mass shootings out there that are going on, that that they stop. That they stop. Because really, what you're doing is putting yourself in hell. That's what you're doing. You may say you have rage. You have rage. And you're gonna take and you wanna die. But you're taking out as many people as you can. And hell hell is much worse than feeling terrible about your life. Hell is much, much worse. This is Father Mike. Hell is much worse than feeling terrible. And I felt so terrible for a few years, and now I feel much better. All right, and on that note, I'm going to end this vlog, and I'm going to say, hope everybody watching has a great evening tonight and a great day tomorrow, and things go your way. All right, bye.